Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Steelrising. I got this game. I bought it on the Xbox Series X. I tested it on Xbox Series S and on the Xbox Series X, obviously. The mode that we're in right now is the ray tracing mode. I've been playing this. I've been live streaming this game on the easy peasy mode. So essentially, what I want to talk about is easy modes in Souls type experiences, because there's a lot of people out there like that cringe of the fact of a game like this having an easy mode. Now, so I wanted to. I mean, I played it for what, 5 hours yesterday, doing this all on the easy mode. On the easy mode, you do not take any damage if you have everything maxed out. Your stamina charges up real fast. You basically, like, you're basically a tank walking through this world. Now, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the pros and the cons of having an option like this in a game like this. These games are designed to be hard, to be challenging, to really push you to your limits so that you'll learn the systems. Now, I've beaten, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, pretty close to beating Sekiro. I played a lot of Elden Ring. I've basically, since I beat Bloodborne, have been buying these type of games nonstop. Surge 1, Surge 2, Dolmen, so many different games like this. And I'll tell you what the thing is. When it comes to the From Software games, I play those far more than I ever play any of these other I'm going to call them knockoff freaking Souls games. Thymesia, all of those. They just don't feel authentic enough in a Soulsborne experience. And that's a problem with Steelrising as well. Like, they just don't feel like an authentic Soulsborne game. So this Souls, From Software games are the pinnacle of these experiences. Yes, games like Surge, Steelrising, all of these games, they do get pretty close, and they do offer an experience in their own unique way. But when it comes to a Souls experience, you just can't. Like, there's no way to essentially copy that. There's no way to copy that. You literally have to kind of branch out and try things and do stuff that's different. Steelrising, for me, I do still think that this is one of the better ones that I've played in a long time. If you turn off the assist mode, yeah, it's challenging, but I feel like some of the enemies in this game, as I've been traversing through it and playing it, in the easy peasy mode, I've run into some enemies that would downright just feel frustrating, as opposed to feeling like they would be a like this boss that I just fought over in here. Now I mean, I understand being hard to be, being hard to hard, to learning something. Well, this dude's attack pattern was so freaking just weird, man. Like, it was like the closer he started getting to being no more, the more erratic, everything, just he would attack you, got more aggressive faster. It was just way more intense toward that. And if you were playing this, you would be stuck on that guy, I think, unless you're a really hardcore Souls player. I think you might be stuck on that guy for a while. You potentially would be stuck on there. There's so much, his attack patterns, they change up so much. And that's pretty much what brought me to this point for this game. I feel like no matter what, once you got to this boss, I feel like a lot of people turned on assist mode. I guarantee it. I honestly guarantee it, because it felt more cheap than anything else. Now, there's been a lot of boss battles up to this guy, but this guy was like a super boss. There's been a lot of bosses, up to this point. I think it was 4 or 5. All of those bosses were essentially enemies that you already find in the game that are just a little bit madder, and they have a bigger health pool. Really easy to kind of figure out their attack patterns. Like they those ones there. I mean, like a few times maybe, like you'd be stuck on them for a few times maybe, um, and then you would learn their attack patterns and you'd be able to easily deal with them. The first one would probably be the hardest just because of the spear attack. All the rest of them are kind of big and slow, so those ones there are a little bit easier to figure out. Maybe the one inside the the furnace room, he might give you some problem. That's just because of all the debris that kind of gets in your way as you're fighting and stuff in this game. So this particular game right here, I'm not saying that every Souls game needs a freaking easy mode. This one here, I'm grateful they had that, because this one here is one that I probably would have got frustrated with and quit. I probably would have got frustrated with it and quit. Especially getting to this dude, because I guarantee I would have lost a lot. Because there was a point in the end of this fight when he had this much health that I could barely get close enough to hit him. And I was like, wow, man. Wow, what's going on? Like I've been able to hit him really easy, like the whole thing. And now all of a sudden he's just like super hard to hit. So I pretty much guarantee that you'd be turning down the difficulty just because of this guy, or you'd be getting really mad, or you'd be like rage quitting and never come back to this game. It's broken systems like that might potentially turn some people off to this experience playing it as a Dark Souls game. So this game here, this particular one, I'm okay with it having having difficulty settings. I haven't fought him. I haven't tried to come back and I haven't tried to fight this guy yet without being on easy mode. I was planning on going back through this game after I completed it on easy mode, but I feel like I've experienced enough to this point to be able to go ahead and just give you my thoughts on it. Like, yes, I do love the setting of this game. This is probably literally one of the better worlds created that can pretty much almost match like a From Software Souls game. I actually like the world design in this a lot. I feel like this is really good. There's some verticality to it. There's a lot of there's a lot of like cubby spaces, stuff like that, like hidden chambers, stuff like that you can like kind of, work your way through, and it's cool. Like it adds to the it really adds to the atmosphere of this particular game. Now, I was gonna like play and talk, but I can't necessarily do that too well. But I can just kind of show you like the environment, like why we're here, because I would say, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm about halfway maybe through it. There's definitely some cutscenes, some story arc and stuff in here. If I had to recommend this game as a buy, like, yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, I feel like this is a good buy. I feel like you can definitely introduce yourself to the Souls experience, but be able to have some, some flexibility with with how you want this to play out. And that's good. I feel like that's good. I feel like a lot of people can appreciate that. I know I do. I know that I know that going through this game and going through these games, like I get it. Like I understand, most of the Soulsborne community. Like I get it, guys. Like I 100% get it, man. You guys want that challenge. And I'll tell you right now, just having the easy mode or the option to do that, you're going to get to a fight like this, like this boss over here that I got to. You're going to get to a spot right here, and it's going to tempt you. It's going to tempt you to lower that difficulty. And that actually might add more challenge to the game for you hardcore Souls guys, because dang, not only do you have to deal with the challenge of this dude feeling cheap, but you also got to deal with the challenge of not adjusting the freaking difficulty. Now, I'm not saying the dude can't be beat. Now, I'm not saying that he can't be beat. I'm pretty sure that you could learn to overcome this dude. You could figure it out. You could get in there and get close. But I'm telling you, man, that last freaking minute or so, couple minutes of that fight were really hard to get in there and hit this guy. I didn't try any ranged weapons. I'm two-handing it with these right here. So I mean, like, my attack pattern is pretty close. I got to get in there close range. I ran out of ammo pretty quick for my my firearm, so it was a little bit it was a little bit challenging that way. Ooh, look at that! You can run right through them now. Whoa! Oh no, dude! I'm glad I came back here to show you that, because I would have missed that stuff right there. But okay, let's get back to this just for a second. I really do like this game. I definitely think it's a good buy. I feel like I don't feel like people are gonna treat this as a Souls game though. That's the thing. Like, I don't feel like most people are gonna treat this as a Souls game. I would just I really kind of feel like most people are gonna treat this as a as just any other RPG with a difficulty setting. You know, turn the difficulty to whatever you feel comfortable with and play the game, man. If you feel like you want the challenge yourself as long as you want, and then do whatever you're gonna do. But it's hard for me to recommend this as a Souls experience, just because of the fact that you can change the difficulty. Man, I'm stuck on Sekiro because there's no difficulty on that, and I can't change it. And I'm stuck at a spot that is, you know, that on the corrupted monk, man, the one you gotta kill it 3 times. And that for me, that's tough, because I stop playing for a while, and then I'll go back, and then I'll hit my head against the wall, and then I'll be like, oh man, I'll lose interest, and then I'll like put it down, and I'll come back way later, and that sucks, man, because it, like, so much time has gone by since that game came out that, like, I'm like, oh boy, man, will I ever actually go back and finish it? Yeah, eventually I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sit down and do that. I got Elden Ring. I've got like 60 hours into Elden Ring. I still sit down and actively play that one, you know, at least, you know, once every couple of weeks or something, just so I don't lose my edge with that one. I don't want that one to turn into a Sekiro, because I really love that one and I want to get through that. But then distractions like Steelrising will come up. I can already tell you right now, after having the rest of the day, after I was done live streaming it yesterday, to like really sit back and really think about what this experience has been since I started playing it. I do love it. I love the setting. I love the story so far. It's pretty good. I love the character. I love the protagonist. Agis is pretty cool. You can, like, it's cool. Like, it just works, man. Like, this game just works. You got the Notre Dame behind us. I like it. I like the French, you know, Revolution setting. Like, I like it. I love the little spin that it has on there. Everything about this is cool. Like, the combat and the action feels pretty fun. Like, it feels like a really good action RPG with a difficulty setting. Like, that's what it kind of feels like to me. But it does, you know, you got the little thing over there that I was just sitting at. That's technically the bonfire over there. You can upgrade. You got different sockets, stuff like that you could put on, like you can work on a build and stuff like that. And that's the thing though, playing this on easy peasy mode, I haven't had a reason to try to find any other way to get past any of these enemies except for my good old fashioned regular my move set. Like, it will not, unless you let it punish you, you're not going to learn anything with it. And I kind of feel like this is the kind of game that you might buy and you'll play through it, and you'll either be like, oh yeah, the story was great, or you'll either be like, oh man, that was if you play through it on an easier difficulty, because it's not going to be a long game. It's not going to be long if you're playing it on easy peasy. It's going to take, you know, maybe 8 hours to get through this or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how long it is. I'm not anywhere near done with it. So that's just my guess, because I feel like if you had like an easy mode on any of the Souls games or anything like that, they'd be about 6 to 8 hours. Like, they'd be pretty short. Like, you could probably get through those pretty quick if you weren't slowed down by all the dying and, you know, all the freaking the slow combat, pacing yourself and stuff like that. So, man, I do like this game. I do recommend it. I don't personally know how to tell you how to play this game. I don't know how to tell you that. I'm telling you that the way I'm playing it right now, say I get to it and I finish it, and then I never get around to playing it again. Will I feel cheated? I don't feel like I would. Like, I don't feel like I would. I feel like I love the environment and the setting and the visuals and the quality of the everything else, to where I can appreciate that part of the game enough to justify my purchase of the game. Now, I can't tell you how to justify your purchase of the game, but if you're buying this for a Souls experience, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does deliver challenging combat for sure. Like it does. Like it was pretty challenging, and it took a little while to, and it will take a little while to get used to everything and figure out how to beat it. But yeah, so let me just run over here. Let me just give you a little bit of like sights and stuff. Like, gosh, this just looks so freaking beautiful. So beautiful. Ooh, look at this guy over here. Let's go over here and fight. Oh, let's fight this guy. Whoa, the bishop hook. Whoa, I can shoot him now. Nice. Oh, that's because I got the other weapon on. Oh, I see. Oh, no, wait. See, like, this is easy peasy mode. See, watch. Like this thing, I'll let it hit me and it won't even hurt. It won't even hurt me. Easy peasy mode. Like, go ahead, buddy. Yeah, let me have some. Let me have it. Come on, buddy. See, like this easy peasy mode, it just doesn't, it doesn't affect you at all. Like you don't, like you get through those and that's it. You get through them, and then it's like, what do you do? Like you beat them up, and then you go around and look for secrets, stuff like that. Like that's the only other thing that you're gonna be able to do if that's how you're gonna play this experience. Like you just go around and look for. Wait, oh no, look, that was the way I came across last time, dude. This is cool. Like, see, I love this world design. Like the world design is pretty cool, and it really does have like pretty fun gameplay loop. I feel like I don't know, I feel like you possibly potentially could. Oh wait, I think I've already been over here and fought these guys. Yeah, because come on, you can't hide in the bushes forever there, buddy. Like, I am getting stronger. I'm being able to kill take those guys down a lot quicker. Yeah, see, this I have been over here because I went down this way. Okay, and then that's that way. But I was showing me something up here. So I've already been down here. But here's one of those. Oh, no. What the heck am I doing that for? Okay, so now I got one of these. But I got this grappling hook after taking out that last boss that I was fighting. So now I can do more verticality. I could search more around the verticality of this game, which is cool. That makes me happy, too, to be able to find different ways to traverse and to get around and to look for things. Like, I like that. That is freaking really cool to me. So yeah, when it comes to you know, recommending this as a Souls game, I don't think I can do that. But I can definitely recommend this as something really fun to play with a pretty cool world design. Spiders did a good job. I think they knocked this out of the park. It is cool that they offer that ability to be able to go ahead and to try this out without the difficulty of the Souls experience. But it also can, you know, be really controversial to the Souls community. But, you know, I mean, seriously, if you're new and you want to learn how to play these types of games and learn how to dodge these guys, I mean, like, yeah, challenge yourself, you know, put it on whatever difficulty you need. Oh wait, what the heck, another one. Like this dude right here, man. Gosh, that was a boss. Like that was a boss. It wasn't too hard to beat, but and this here was a boss too. He was like the first one. Oh, now look, now he's all bugged out, standing there, acting all weird and stuff. You weirdo. You freaking weirdo. Okay, there's got to be a way up. Because, obviously, if I came out right there... Oh, yeah, right here. Should I go over there? Is there something over there? Yeah, look at this guy over here hiding. So, I mean, like, combat doesn't feel bad or anything, but it kind of feels a little bit like wonky, you know? like just the movement style in here because of the animatronics or whatever. So it does feel a little bit weird, but not to the point where it's like, oh gosh, man, I can't figure that out. Like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, and these bags right here have items, which are pretty cool to find. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those things where you're gonna have to decide exactly what kind of experience you want with it. But I do recommend this game. I think it's fine. I mean, aside from like weird little bugs like dudes still standing up, everything else has been really good. I do feel like that boss was definitely unbalanced for a Souls game. Yeah, and some of the enemies, there's these guys that drag these chains with these balls on them and stuff. Those dudes right there, a little bit, they might be a little bit hectic, but you can use the enemies to like damage other enemies too. So there's a lot of things in this game that are really cool and really thought out and really put together, and I do like it, and I do think this is something that people should play. I do appreciate this experience. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the channel on the 21st for the members only. So we'll see you then. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you and have a good night.